Did y'all just witness what I just witnessed tonight? See, I'm glad I didn't do no rant on Monday and Tuesday, baby, because now with this rant, we can give them all the smoke they've been asking for all week, okay? Y'all have ruined this season completely. This season is terrible. This season is trash, okay? It's canceled, all right? Now, to be fair, the season was canceled in the final 7. I knew what this was going to happen, okay? Now, granted, I thought JC would go out before Brett. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Recency Bias Radio, where no one is safe from criticism. You know who it is, baby. It's the rant guy, Dave Smith. And we are here for the 28th rant, the level 4 Civil War. You know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on YouTube, make sure y'all can get some good feedback from me, make sure y'all can hear me. I will be taking questions later. Okay, I can hear myself. We finna get it real tonight, okay? I just wanted to make sure y'all can hear me. I am going to discuss a lot of stuff tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have so much stuff I wanted to discuss tonight that I've had several people that wanted to be special guests tonight, and I just couldn't bring them. I have too much stuff to discuss. I have way too many things. See, by skipping the Monday and Tuesday, I know y'all want me alone tonight, okay? Y'all want it to be extra real with the smoke tonight. Not saying y'all wouldn't get this smoke if I had a special guest, but y'all know when I'm by myself, all caution is thrown to the wind, baby. So let's get it cracking. This is the level 4 Civil War. I'm trying to let some of y'all come in here. But the ism I'm about to speak on tonight, okay, maybe some of y'all have seen my Twitter post. I'm going to get into a lot of stuff that's been going over people's heads. And, you know, I didn't watch Sunday's episode or Wednesday's episodes until today. So I saw 3 episodes today. I got Big Brother overload today. I got PTSD from some of this bullshit. So let's get into Sunday's episode. Y'all know me. I like going in chronological order. That way I can explode towards the end, okay? But did you guys notice on Sunday's episode how hard they were trying to make Casey into a sympathetic figure? Because everything that I set the table with will make more sense later. So let me start off with this. Did you guys notice this? We don't give a fuck about her being the best man at her brother's wedding. But here's my theory. Here's the theory I think no one's throwing out there. I think because Casey has an estranged relationship with her mother, who they claim to be in the Philippines. I think that's a lie. I think her mother didn't want to be in that video clip on Wednesday. I think she said, leave me out of that shit. So her brothers, you know, one of them is one of the ones that's about to get married, right? So what better way to cover that shit up? You know, their little family feud, shout outs to Jay-Z and 444, but what other way to cover that up than for them to act like the mothers in the Philippines and for the white dad to be sitting there looking like the guy who's in control of everything? That was done to make her look good to the targeted demographic. We've been hearing this phrase a lot lately. It's interesting. Once the game gets abundantly rigged with pre-game alliances and the whole 9, all of a sudden people start talking about targeted demographics, but they don't want to explain what that demographic is. Don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. That targeted demographic isn't me or you. That's not the super fans. That's not the one paying them money to watch more of this show. It is the casuals, okay? It is conservative America that watches a little bit of Young Sheldon and then just happens to watch Big Brother. Okay, that's their targeted demographic, ladies and gentlemen. It's the people that don't understand the game. The people that think Casey's a nice person, even though she goes out of her way as a lesbian woman to try to put down a man for being bisexual when he isn't. And see, here's my problem. Why does she seem to only care about the 2 men who are the alpha males that were in this season? The only 2 alpha males we had in this entire season were Faisal and Swaggy. And they both happen to have the only 2 real showmances of the season. So isn't it kind of ironic and coincidental? And I don't believe in coincidences. That's why I used it ironically. I'm out here spitting bars and I'm not trying to. But isn't it pretty ironic how she tries to take away from these alpha men who've had real showmances? She tries to label them bisexual. And yet she's best friends with a pregame alliance that's a fake showmance. Doesn't that make Tyler more gay for faking his love? Doesn't that make him more gay for allowing JC to touch his ball sack? You know, these questions need to be asked, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Casey has a personal problem with Swaggy because he took Bailey. She has a personal problem with Faisal because Haley wasn't going for that lesbian shit, okay? That's all it is. It's really that simple, coach. It's really that simple, okay? And for her to go out of her way as a lesbian woman to preach this LGBT pride shit, but then you talk about bisexuality in a negative connotation. See, I've spoken on this before in the past, but see, last week people were trying to call me a hater for trying to bring up Casey's past transgressions. I was trying to put your own game on the con game that was being ran on us all. See, all of these people know now that Tyler has bad jury management. They know Angela has bad jury management. So they're trying to jump on the KC bandwagon. But now KC done fucked up. Now they're trying to jump back on the Tyler bandwagon. But tonight he fucked up. No one, how about y'all not root for none of these niggas because they don't deserve it? How about that? Why do we as Big Brother fans try to find a lesser of the three evils and then choose that person? How about we say fuck all three and root for Sam? You know what I mean? At this point, why not root for Sam? Because we ain't rooting for JC. That's the only option. If they drag Sam to the end, if any of them drag Sam to the end, she deserves to win this game at this point. Now, gameplay-wise, does she deserve it? No. But did Jordan Lloyd fucking deserve it? No. But people talk about Jordan Lloyd because she was with Jeff Schroeder. They talk about her and put her on this pedestal. She didn't do a damn thing in both of her seasons. You feel it, dig me? Okay? And she could have won the second season, to be honest, if it wasn't for that twist, because Rachel was going to go out in that twist, not Jordan. I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, yeah, Casey, you are so full of shit. And for them to show this letter, he wants me to be his best man. First of all, I'm getting tired of motherfuckers with this new era of PC. Oh, I can self-identify as whoever I want. Fuck out of here. I can't walk out my crib right now and go on my census and say I'm Caucasian and get a raise at my job because I say so. So why the fuck can you say so? See, that's that bullshit, all right? That's that bullshit. You shouldn't be a best man. That's not me being sexist because I don't believe a man should be a bridesmaid. So that ain't sexist, okay? That's just me being logical, okay? But let's get back to talking some more hot shit. Because I'm getting tired of the Casey dick riding, okay? All right, so did y'all notice how Tyler had a confessional during Casey's speech on Sunday's episode where he went out of his way to talk about how Casey was so nice of a person and she might be this football player on the exterior, but on the interior, I know how nice she truly is. Now, here's my question, ladies and gentlemen. If Tyler is playing a game of Big Brother and this isn't a pregame alliance, how does he know Casey so well? And even in today's episode, or was it Wednesday's episode? I think it was today's episode. This was the first time he had a confessional stating that Casey has been his number one since the beginning. How the hell was she your number one since the beginning when she did nothing to contribute to the team until she won the hacker? If there's no pregame alliance. See, I got people trying to cause distractions and run interference with me because they know I'm on to something. And I'm so ahead of the curve that they're getting a little nervous. I can tell that I'm gaining some momentum here. Because at the end of the day, you can say I've been wrong about some things, but the things that I've been right about, ooh, they're groundbreaking. I'm talking about I was right about some of this shit, day one type shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need real Vegas to tell me some of this shit, okay? I was the real Vegas before she showed up, or he. Let me not be discriminatory, but I was the real Vegas on YouTube before we saw this person. You feel me? And I ain't even with production. But that's because when you can decode the matrix, baby, anything is possible. Take that red pill, coach. All right, anyway, I thought it was very suspicious for him to have that confessional. Like, I think at this point, Big Brother doesn't care if we know that they knew each other before the game, okay? Because, see, my theory, my perspective on this is, if you're playing a game of Big Brother, you shouldn't be 100% sure that the person that you're seeing in the house is the real person. They're always going to put their best foot forward, correct? So how is Tyler so sure that she's this nice person on the inside? What has he done with her in the game that shows him that? Not a damn thing. So he is low-key dry snitching on himself as a cheater. And I'm not trying to hear otherwise. Y'all can save me with some of that bullshit, okay? Like for real. I'll be damned if a motherfucker that still ain't even chose a pill yet is trying to tell me about the Matrix. Nigga, please. I'm Morpheus, coach. You see the bald head? And there's these other Big Brother podcasts out here that are so fucking fake. You know, I ain't gonna get into names because I ain't trying to help y'all get no views and no listens. But y'all know who y'all are. Y'all had some credibility last season. Y'all were so anti-Paul. But y'all are so slobbing down Tyler, though, this year. And y'all don't even see the connection to them both. It's the same shit. The need to have to control everything when you don't have to, okay? That is the exact same thing, okay? But instead of y'all admitting this, y'all give Tyler credit for it because he's played a masterful game. He's always been in control. But when Paul did it a year ago, since he was a returnee, all of a sudden he didn't get credit for that. All of a sudden you could see the truth. Why can't you see the truth now? Is it because he's a new guy? See, this is all bullshit. See, I try to judge people based off their game. And let me get into the Scotty shit. Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and get into that shit. All of these people overreacting to Scotty's speech. He implied she was giving head. Well, how about this, production? How about you not force two people to have a fake fucking showmance? Okay? And maybe Scotty, the guy who didn't even know Faisal was in love with Haley, wouldn't even notice it. Damn! Fucking idiots. He didn't even know Faisal was in love with Haley, but he knows that Angela and Tyler are together. How can he go from a guy with no awareness of relationships to all of a sudden being so on point about this that he's willing to double down on it? He's never had sex before, but he's willing to make a sex joke. That's because, production, y'all have been dick riding those two too hard, and everyone can notice. Everyone. Okay? But I want to get into more specifically the fan base that's turning on Scotty. Don't get it twisted. I've had a lot of hot shit to say about Scotty because I hold him to a higher standard as a super fan, and I should hold him to that standard. Because in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm kind of like his archetype the way I cover the game. You can tell that there is a certain nerd level to my diagnosis and analysis, okay? So I wanted the best out of Scotty. Plus, Scotty happens to be from Illinois. He happens to be a guy that's a Chicagoan. So, of course, I was rooting for him as well. But anyone can get the smoke if they play bad. That's the consistency with me. Whereas these other Big Brother podcasts, if Tyler makes a mistake, they kind of graze over it. You know what I mean? They mention it in passing. You know what I mean? They don't want to get into detail on Tyler's mistakes. They'll spend 30 minutes on a Faisal mistake. They'll spend 30 minutes on a Swaggy mistake. That type of biased coverage is why this game might be fucking canceled. It's y'all fault. Don't blame me. I was the guy trying to tell y'all a year ago that this shit could get destroyed if y'all don't start casting better, if y'all don't start telling the truth in the edit. That's been the central argument of my entire channel, baby. Okay? That's what I've always stood on. And I've had people over time try to say, hey man, you need to be a little bit more politically correct, man. You might have more subs. That ain't what this shit is about, coach. And that's why when I see people try to copy me, but they're trying to play this political correct game, I'm looking at them like, bro, you're trying to shoot threes, but you're a slasher. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to play D, but you're Steph Curry. All right, let me stop. Too many sports references, Dave. I got to give y'all one, coach. I got to give y'all one. You feel it, didn't me? All right, anyway. But yeah, social media, people are really overreacting to the Scotty thing. Somehow he makes it to TMZ. Like, are we really this damn butthurt? And see, here's my thing. They're only this mad because it was about Angela and Tyler. If that joke had been about anyone else, it probably wouldn't have got blurred out. That's number one. Number two, there wouldn't be this rumor by Real Vegas being spread around that, oh, they were strongly considering taking all of Scotty's winnings and taking his vote away from him and just sending him home. What? Are you kidding me? This girl said ghetto complexion. This midget said the N-word because he said Hilton head in a sexually suggestive way, cracking a joke in lightheartedness. He should lose all of his fucking money? See, that's them trying to humble people in the future if they play this game, ladies and gentlemen. You go against our production's pets, we might do you like we could have done Scotty. That's what the message is. Open up your third eye. This is why I'm such a fucking threat to CBS. Because I don't give no fuck about none of that. They invited me here. I don't care about none of them nigga trinkets, as my brother Tariq would say. I don't care about that bullshit. Save your butter biscuits. All right? I ain't worried about none of that. Now, anyway, let's keep going. Because, yeah, you people are part of the reason why this game could fucking go down the drain. Because y'all don't keep it 100. And see, y'all got the biggest influence in the community. So if y'all don't keep it 100, then you guys are constantly leading more and more people astray to the truth. You know? And that's the saddest part. You guys are taking a check and you're compromising your integrity for it. Which lets us know the game you would play in the fucking house if you ever played. So I don't even know why you're trying out. We'll hate you if you play. I can tell right now we'll hate you. All right, anyway, let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. This Victor Nicole shit. What the hell is this? All right? I ain't seen something this weird of a couple since Chucky was with that chick with the big tits in one of his movies. You know what I'm talking about. You know, I'm talking about the doll Chucky. It was just bizarre. It was just bizarre. You know, I can't help but think if Paul would have won BB18, Victor looks at Nicole as average. I can't help but connect these dots, coach. But that 500K can make a 6 look like an 8, like that. Boy, this dude was whispering sweet nothings to her from the TV monitor. You feel it, didn't me? Like, I'm like, bruh, that 500K, I mean, she must have invested that shit. It must be about to last for a while. You trying to marry her. I don't know what you want, my G. You know, no disrespect, but I'm just being honest here, coach. And then you got Paul Beta Amy and walking in. You got J Mart's buffoon ass. I know business. Salute. Thirsty as hell in here. You know what I mean? You got Brittany Haynes coming in, which was very bizarre. I didn't know why Brittany Haynes came in for Nicole. Maybe they're friends. I don't know. Very weird. Danny Donato. It was good to see Queen Danny Donato, though. It was good to see her. Out of all of them, I was just glad to see her. You feel what I'm saying? Because her and Dominic, that's a true couple right there. You know, that's a couple that said, you know what? Fuck this game. Because what we got is real. Whereas Angela and Tyler, they're on some, oh, the game matters more than what we got. That's what they're on. But they want to keep telling us in the edit that we care about each other in the game. Fuck out of here. Okay? And I'm going to get into all that Angela shit in a second. Y'all know this is the reason I had to do this alone, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be, I'm going to get into a lot of stuff tonight, all right? But did y'all peep game? How they cleaned Victor up to look like more of a Caucasian man? Ooh, curveball has been thrown, coach. Why did he have to look like that for this proposal? I'll tell you why. They wanted him to look more presentable for this white woman for their targeted demographic. It always comes back, baby. It always comes back. I'm great with these callbacks, by the way. This is why I formulate my notes in a certain way. But anyway, and did you also notice how they purposely had Brittany Haynes call Victor Jon Snow in the DR? So you liken this brother to a white man from Game of Thrones? There's no Latinos in Game of Thrones. Why didn't you just call him Desperado? You know, that's still a badass that kills people, but at least he's a Latino brother, you know? But see, that works in perfect synergy with them trying to make him look more Caucasoid. And then for her to liken him to a Caucasian man, come on now, connect those dots, baby. Open your third eye. This is what they were doing, y'all. Come on, man. This ain't no reach. But production probably wanted her to liken him to a known white figure to not offend their targeted demographic. By the way, whenever you hear someone say targeted demographic, that should mean white people, which I said before, but that was in the notes. I want to say it one more time for the people in the back that may have just joined. You feel it, dig me? They don't mean super fans, okay? Let alone black people, all right? My take from this segment is simple. They're clearly running out of stuff to show on these episodes, and Angela looked more thirsty for Derek in one confessional than she has looked for Tyler in her fake showmans. Ooh, did y'all peep game on that shit? Oh, she wanted to drink that man Derek's bathwater. Let's call a spade real quick. Has she ever had a confessional showing that type of passion, that type of fire? Hell no, because it's fake, baby. The showmance is fake, all right? And why would a woman that's taken with a guy that she knows is most likely loved by America, why would she get dick ride Derek so hard in that moment? Now, maybe Big Brother, maybe they was like, hey, don't you want to say something nice about Derek? Who knows? But at the end of the day, you still got to read into what she says and go, she's not that into you, Tyler. Because if she was, she would respect you enough not to say that on television. That's just what's really real. Nicole ends up saying, at the end of the day, I got the guy and the money. Let me translate that. She should have said, I'm punching above my proverbial weight because I got the money and it resulted in the man of my dreams. See, that's what she should have said, okay? Can we be honest here, coach? You feel me? I'm tired of people acting like, oh my God, I would have gotten without the money. Shut your dumb ass up, Nicole. You know damn well, coach. You know damn well, okay? And I'm not trying to take personal shots at how someone looks like that, but come on, man. Come on, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm not buying this relationship at all. I see Swaggy and Bailey lasting much longer. But you notice, I'm going to get into a little bit later. I don't think Big Brother or production wants them to last. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Let me save that. Let me put that in the back burner. If you saw my Twitter, you know what I'm going to say. But that's it. That's neither here nor there. Go ahead and check that out on my Twitter if you want to hear that take real fast. I'm sure in the chat they may discuss it. Anyway. This Angela backstory shit. Who was asking for this? Nobody cares. Like, now they're trying to give her a storyline for why she has no emotions? What kind of fucking shit is this? Like, what? Your lack of emotions, though, seems to be a convenient excuse when you treat people badly. But she isn't this emotional around her pregame alliance, is she? I mean, this emotionless around her pregame alliance, is she? This is why I believe Angela will be terrible at this game without a pregame alliance. I think she would be a pre-jury boot without this pregame alliance. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. Especially when you consider she was laying in the exact same spot when she made the ghetto complexion comments. That's not lost on me. So for them to show this, but not show that, you know, and think about it, if they would have showed the ghetto complexion comments, there's no way they could have shown that in that episode because no one would have gave a fuck about why she has no heart. No one would have gave a fuck. You feel me? You know? But anyway, for them to use Sunday's episode to make everyone in Level Rig appear more sympathetic is really production at this point showing their cards, ladies and gentlemen. Brett hasn't gotten one segment to explain his story. I'm talking his life story. But Tyler's pregame alliance all have each gotten one, showing that they've been against Brett from the start. Also showing when Julie went out of her way to throw Brett under the bus to Rockstar, that was her doing that on purpose as well. And did you notice on tonight's episode, she just came out the barn on him and said, "Are you going to be a bitter juror? But y'all still want to tell me Julie's a Hive fan?" Julie, there's no one left in the game that's a Hive member, so why would that question be on your mind unless you're hoping Tyler wins? Use your third eye, ladies and gentlemen. This is easy math, man. This is easy math. Now, maybe I'm just working at a fast pace or something, but trust me, I'm going to make sure y'all up to speed by the end of this rant, baby, because this is what I do, all right? I want all the smoke, all right? But yeah, so Brett can't get a segment explaining himself because they don't want him to have a winner's edit. Meanwhile, even JC has gotten a fucking winner's edit. All right, let's just call a spade there. All right, they cover up all his shit too. But when you take into account, JC admitted on August 21st, Tuesday, August 21st. I don't know exactly the time, ladies and gentlemen. It was somewhere in the afternoon, okay? But I know for a fact this happened because I saw the clip on Twitter. All right, when you take into account, JC admitted to working for CBS before on the feeds. He actually admitted to that. Now it all makes sense why he would be the exception to the rule, ladies and gentlemen, and why he got a winner's edit. It's because JC has a pregame alliance too, with production. Now it all makes sense why the final five is the final five. You got the machine chick who had an overpowered power, who's been working with Tyler and JC from the start, who both had pregame alliances. You got Tyler, who had a pregame alliance with these two, and he's the narrator of the show. You got this girl, Angela, whose sole purpose, it feels like, is to just take blood off Tyler's hands in the nick of time like tonight. What the fuck are you? I don't know if it was dumber for her to win the veto or dumber for Tyler to win a HOH. Y'all both are fucking stupid, all right? And then you got Casey, boring, but for some reason is bigoted towards bisexuals even though she's a lesbian. Very bizarre. And then you got JC, the racist bigot, the Satanist, allegedly, but the CBS ringer? The CBS mole? I mean, damn. No wonder why this final five is the final five. It was predetermined to be this way, y'all. And I think that's why Brett ain't even mad, y'all. Keep it all the way a buck with you. I think that's why Brett ain't even salty like that, bro. Because I think he saw the writing on the wall, man. And a lot of people are talking about how it seemed like Brett was reading it off Tyler's face. He knew Tyler was lying. But I'm gonna get into that. We still on Sunday. Let me let me cook, coach. Let me cook. All right. These episodes are getting incredibly boring. I strongly advise, now that Brett has been backdoored, I strongly advise any listener listening to this that has live feeds, cancel it. Send Big Brother a message right now. Cancel it. Cancel it. Have the willpower to say, fuck this shit. I mean, there's nothing else to watch. Why are you gonna continue to pay $5.99 for it? Now, granted, you already paid it. I mean, I'm just being honest. It's going to end before the end of the month anyway. So technically, damn, you should have canceled that shit like at the end of August, like my ass did. And you would be really smart. But yeah, man, you might as well cancel it to send them the message, though. Make that call. Because it feels like it's so hard to cancel fees. Have you noticed that it's hard to cancel CBS All Access? They put you through a whole bunch of bells and whistles. They make you jump through a flaming hoop, call a hotline. You know what I'm saying? They make you do a lot of dumb shit because they don't want to lose that subscription. Okay, that's the whole purpose behind that shit. But anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. There's people actually buying the bullshit from the edit now and rooting for Angela because she didn't have a childhood because she was in gymnastics training. This is dumb shit, all right? No one cared about Swaggy's history with no father, but y'all give a fuck about a girl with 2 parents doing gymnastics? See the double standard here? See the double standard here? Let me continue. They've gone as far as to say the game has been rigged against Angela on Twitter. What game are y'all watching, my G? You got beer goggles on when you watch this show? Are you deaf? Are you an ass? This is how delusional these people are that root for level 3 now. Oh my God. Like, this is how delusional these people are, man. One person on Twitter even called Angela a badass who's had everything thrown at her. What was possibly thrown at Angela in this game, coach? Besides a pregame alliance. What was thrown at her, coach? Every time the Hive had an HOH and wanted her out, there was either a twist to help her or JC, the CBS employee, worked to help Angela in her pregame alliance like a true company small man should. Emphasis on the small man. You can get this smoke, bitch. Anyway, she was never in any real danger the entire game. So what was thrown at her? And how is she a badass when she runs away after giving her speeches? Level 6 fans are the reason this show might be canceled, because they allow anything as long as their favorite prospers. They'll even use plausible deniability to convince themselves there isn't enough evidence of Tyler cheating or a pregame alliance or racist comments. But the funny thing is, these same people didn't like Paul, but love this alliance for exploiting the same shit. You guys are a joke. Let me move on. I did notice that Haley fake cried in the room with Casey. And to me, this once again shows and confirms that when I mentioned a few weeks ago, Haley smiling before crying in front of Tyler, that was gameplay. So I just wanted to call that back because I think that confirmed everything I needed to know, that she could cry on demand and use her white girl tears strategically. I feel like if you are a white woman in this game and you don't use your tears strategically, you're wasting your skill set. What's this episode, ladies and gentlemen? Wednesday's episode. All right, let me get a water break. We done got one day out the way, Coach. We getting it moving. I don't give a fuck what happened on the feeds, Coach. All right, let's go. These episodes are very boring, even on Wednesday. Tyler fake cried again in the DR when discussing his dad. I mean, this guy has no shame. And did y'all peep how Casey's mom was suspiciously nowhere to be found? They made her brothers claim she was in the Philippines, but it's been well documented that their relationship is estranged. I think CBS wanted that letter to be from Casey's mom, but she wouldn't play ball, so they kept her out of the video and replaced her with her brothers because one of them chose her to be his best man. Because think about it, ladies and gentlemen, why didn't they show her brothers in her intro clip? Ooh, where was these motherfuckers then? Ooh, now all of a sudden you're going to show them because the letter came from one of them? See the bullshit here? Man, I'm too thorough. That's just what it is, Coach. Now, that's some goofy, gimmicky ass shit, by the way. All right? What are they hoping for? That Sia somehow comes to the fucking finale and pays for the wedding because a woman is a best man? Woo! Zing! Now that's a CBS all-around burner shot right there. If you follow Survivor, you know that shit hits hard. You feel me? This ain't Survivor, Coach. And when you think about it, this is kind of like the Serena Williams, Julie Chen, but in reverse. What do I mean by that? Don't worry, I'm gonna get into full detail a little bit later, but I just had to throw that out there. So just keep in your mind, Serena Williams, Julie Chen, how are they linked at the hip? Ooh, and Casey at that? Ooh, Dave's gonna come through with the scalding hot tea, scalding with the tea. Don't worry, it's coming, ladies and gentlemen, all right? All right, so they are propping Casey's white dad up the most to make their demographic root for her while removing her Filipino mom from the edit completely. Seeing that this happened right after they made Victor cut his hair to look more Caucasoid, I must connect these dots that it was all by design. Open your third eye. They are pandering to the demographic. Now let's get into the BB Comics veto comp, because I have a huge problem with this shit, and I have a feeling that y'all are gonna know where I'm going with this. First person I want to talk about, because it seemed like they only shitted on the people of color here. Did y'all see Faisal's comic? He was called the Hamazonian. This tells me it was predetermined for him to pick that Hamazon shit, because that shouldn't be what defines his character in the game. That's very racist. So you used the time he ate fake ham as his superhero name when he's a Muslim man? And also, By calling him a Amazonian, you are liking him and basically calling him an Amazon. Ladies and gentlemen, Amazons are known to be an island of strictly women. So they are emasculating this brother by calling him a Amazonian. But they're doing it in a way that they think we won't notice. But this channel exists, baby. And how convenient that happened on a Saturday, and all of a sudden Casey starts talking that hot shit about Faisal being bisexual. See that? This pregame alliance is in cahoots with production to the point where they subconsciously say shit that backs up production's edit, and they can't even watch the edit. So how do they even know to double down on the edit? That's how badly this shit's rigged. I'm speaking facts here, man. So yeah, so this was a subtle jab, but one that I caught. And y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. They had the brother holding a fucking ham hock. Disrespectful. And if the Amazon is fake meat, why is he holding a piece of meat? If it's fake meat, then it is probably created in a lab somewhere, correct? So how the fuck does he have a bone and meat on it? See the optics of that? They're trying to come at this brother's religion at the same time. Open up your third eye, all right? Now, pay close attention to Swaggy's comment. This is where the smoke starts. Really getting hot. Where there's smoke, there's fire, bro. Let's go. He's called Swaggy C only because he won a comp on a surfboard? What kind of corny ass shit is this? Y'all couldn't think of nothing else for this brother? When he visited Bailey's mom, they give y'all shit because y'all couldn't edit y'all fucking Thursday night show that time? Ain't that a bitch? This is a massive reach. But peep game on the background behind Swaggy's hero. They think we stupid, boy. They think we stupid. He's purposely shown saving a white girl on a wakeboat from an octopus. Now look at the left side of that comment. There's a black man being attacked by a different octopus. Now I know what you're thinking. What could I be possibly implying here? Well, for starters, I believe production is saying Swaggy will end up with a white woman and not Bailey, based off the fact that they didn't let him save a black woman in the comic. What's up with that shit? This man laid on his sword in the game for his girl, okay? He basically laid on his sword for the girl, basically. And he's the one who didn't want Faisal to use his veto because he was worried his girl could go up, and his girl was worried she could go up. And if it wasn't for his relationship with Faisal, Faisal may have used that fucking veto and not gave two fucks because he wasn't that close to Bailey yet, okay? So you see where I'm going with this? This brother did a lot for Bailey in those little 2 weeks, 3 weeks really, because we had a week without feeds. But for them to just label him as this guy, justice for all and t-shirts for all, like what the fuck? When has Swaggy ever said justice for all in a confessional? When has he ever said justice for all in the feeds? When has he ever said t-shirts for all? They're frying this brother. They're frying him. And how come the brother right behind him getting attacked by the octopus don't have a shirt on? Or why isn't he getting any justice? Why is only the white woman getting justice? And why is Swaggy with no care in the world have a smile, a smirk on his face, like he could give a fuck about helping the people behind? Because y'all are trying to paint this brother in the light as a coon. Y'all are trying to paint this brother in the light, kind of like J. Cole's KOD album. Have any of y'all seen that song, Count It? I think that's the name of the song. Oh, ATM, that's the name of the song. You ever seen the music video? J. Cole is basically riding around and he's got these kids on all these drugs, basically just blindly following him and doing everything he wants them to do, and he just keeps counting money. That's how they position Swaggy to look. And that's the part I left out on Twitter. I wanted y'all to come here to hear the real shit. But do y'all see that? Do you see the symbolism in that? They're trying to make it seem as if Swaggy ain't no real brother. And I can guarantee someone who drew that was probably a white man. And you know a white man drew that shit about Serena after she lost in the US Open. So just really peep game on this. There's a lot of vitriol and hidden messaging in a lot of this shit, okay? And it's up to you to do your research, to be conscientious and conscious enough to be able to peep game on certain things, all right? Like, that's what's really real, coach. But yeah, like, I didn't appreciate that. And did you notice how there's people in the back with floaties? Their hands are in the air. That means they need help. We've seen Titanic. That means they need help. They're asking for help. Swaggy, once again, nothing but a smile on his face, could give a fuck about them in the back. You know what that symbolizes, ladies and gentlemen? That symbolizes his alliance. That he left because he got eliminated, right? Right? Because he was the leader, right? The leader of minions, right? And it's to symbolize his alliance as a bunch of helpless floaters. Ooh! Now go back and watch that veto comp and tell me I'm wrong. Go back and watch it. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm right, man. I'm 100% right. And it's a damn shit. It's a damn shame. Like, it's really a damn shame. You feel me? And it's not lost on me that there's a huge yacht in the background, which can also be called a ship. And he happens to save a white woman. Relationship. Peep game on that symbolism. See, man, these ain't reaches, bruh. These things are done by design, the same way the edit is jump cutted by design. The same way things get blurted out when it comes to Scotty, but they'll let this motherfucker say this. You see what I'm saying? Or they'll omit it from the edit completely and won't allow anyone to know that someone said something if they like them. But with Scotty, they threw him under the bus completely. And Scotty will probably never play the game again. And it's a shame because I honestly do think once Scotty gets some pussy, I think he would be very good at this game. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's a shame because people are attacking his family members. Y'all need to leave the Sultans alone. All right? They ain't got nothing to do with Scotty, what his gameplay was, and they're gonna support their family unconditionally, and that's how it should be, damn it. But it sounds like a lot of people are taking shots at them. Like they should be ashamed to support their relative. The fuck? Paul's family supported him after blackface. How dare you? I didn't see the same people have a problem with that shit. Let's talk that shit tonight. All right? See that fake shit going on? But yeah, man, I'm not feeling this, bruh. You got a black man completely surrounded by octopus. You got some dude right behind him like, and Swaggy don't give no fuck. And honestly, I don't blame the brother now for advertising his merchandise no more based off of that comic. Bro, get your money. Fuck these people on the real. Because now that we know that JC was also part of CBS, that pregame alliance, he was always part of production. It makes sense why he hates you so much, my brother. It makes sense why Angela hates you so much, my brother. It makes sense why Tyler hates you so much, because you had a personality that was bigger than the manufacturer one that they had together. Oh, man. Woo, Super Saiyan God Smitty is here tonight. Woo, I'm telling you, when these rants is once a week, y'all get me at full strength, bruh. I'm like a boxer and fight night champion. And last week before the fight, I got a rest. Fuck the training. But anyway, all right. But yeah, the way they did my brother Swaggy, man, that was very disrespectful, B. Very disrespectful, man. And I truly believe it takes a guy like me to speak on that, because it feels like there's not enough people that have the wherewithal to even peep it. They just look at it and it goes by fast in a flash. And trust me, they didn't show that picture too long on television. It was real quick, okay? Now, they could have not showed it at all, but they wanted their targeted demographic to get a kick out of it because they can see the symbolism faster. All right. Now. I pretty much got into everything I wanted to involve in that. I pretty much freestyled that. I mean, I really did freestyle that, but that is production telling us, ladies and gentlemen, that the black man in Big Brother doesn't get justice. The black man in Big Brother doesn't get the same trinkets as everyone else. He couldn't even get a t-shirt from one of his fellow men. Right? And they wanted to show that white woman being saved. Don't think that shit was a coincidence, all right? You know? But let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen, because now we move on to Thursday's episode. And get your questions ready, ladies and gentlemen, because it's lit right now. It's lit. We got the building turned right now. I'm looking at the chat. Well, I'm looking at the viewers. It's lit right now. So let's keep it moving. I ain't losing no. Matter of fact, it's a new day. It's a beautiful day. Gotta be right. But anyway, pay attention to Tyler saying Casey has been his #1 the whole game. He never voiced this until now. And what did she possibly do before winning the hacker that earned his loyalty if it isn't a pregame alliance? This is the question I probably expected one of y'all to ask me. So that's why I'm asking it again, because I would like y'all in the chat. Does that make sense? And how come he hasn't been saying this from the start if that's truly been his #1? Because it wouldn't have made sense in the edit because they're never seen together. And I'm talking about pre-jury, by the way. They weren't seen together. Anyway, did y'all notice Level Rig throwing Brett under the bus tonight? My God. They literally blamed him for why Haley went home instead of owning their games. And see, here's the stupid part about this. You're sending Brett home right after her. So now he's going to call Man and he's going to tell her what really happened. And then you're going to have two people that are going to have jury questions based around the lie y'all created. And y'all, and the thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they only let Casey and Angela blame Brett. I don't think Tyler would blame Brett outright for that in the goodbye message. So I think that was once again production trying to make Tyler look better as soon as Haley finds out the truth in the jury house. Boy, I'm thinking fast tonight. But this is every night. What can I say? Anyway, this is very disgusting to me because we already know they've been advising these house guests to go back in when their goodbye messages are poorly constructed, when they don't have good jury management. Production says, hey, you might want to think about doing another one. And Angela has admitted on feeds to this being a thing. So my thing is, how do you go from advising someone to do a different one to now allowing them to do it in unison? This is a whole nother level of rigged. Because if they allowed them to do the goodbye message in unison, they clearly didn't want Brett winning this HOH tonight at all. It's that simple. This is sad, man. This is sad. Seeing the game that I grew up loving so much fall to such a terrible state. When I was the guy trying to warn people that this would happen, I was told I was crazy. But you know what? All of the trendsetters in this world are called crazy at some point. That's just what it is. You feel me? You know, and that's the truth. But yeah, so I just didn't appreciate this, man. You know, they need to own their game at some point, but they're so scared of any man getting in between them three. That's what it is. They even treated Brett like dog shit. Brett was a ride or die for y'all, man. Ride or die. That man played the game y'all needed him to play. He threw Rachel under the bus to make all of y'all look good, which compromised Bailey's game, which then in turn turned into Haley compromising her game, which then in turn got Bailey backdoored, which then in turn turned into Faisal turning on Scotty, which then in turn did all of this stuff, and they knew it. And that's why they had to come up with a reason to turn on him. They had to come up with a reason. But that whole speech of, I need to be ahead. What did they say? I need to be a step ahead. And for Angela to agree to being part of a 2-part speech to send a friend home, unnecessary. Unnecessary. Just say, I'm taking someone off because it's my decision. Leave it at that. Then let Tyler be the dick. But by you starting off with, I want to be 1 step ahead, and then he gets to say, I want to be 2 steps ahead, it makes it seem like y'all both did it, not just Tyler. But kudos to you, Brett, for knowing better than to think Angela had any say in any of that dumb shit. Kudos to you, because you know what's really real. This man walked up, I want all the blood on my hands, man. Please throw the veto, bro. Please throw the veto. Desperate as fuck. But this is y'all champion? Boy, I walk in that bitch like Killmonger, bruh. This is y'all champion? Bring that man back for 21. I will flex on that man. You feel me? I'd be as fearless as Cody was with Paul. I don't get no fuck. No, for real, I play a smarter game. No, I'm the dude. But anyway, Tyler is such a dumbass. This is the guy y'all been convinced me is so good. See, my take has always been, he's a decent player in a great position, not a great player in a decent position, okay? Or a great player in a great position. He's not a great player in a great position. A great player in a great position knows when to let off the gas and let things cruise control. He don't have that in his art. He don't have that in his archetype, in his locker. He don't have that because he's a control freak. And I think the guilt of knowing he has the advantage with the pregame alliance, it gives him a certain confidence boost. It's almost like he popped a pill of some Viagra, okay? And he think he go too hard now. You know what I'm saying? He feeling himself, my G. That's what's really popping. Like imagine if you had the people that are in charge of a tournament all rooting for you to win, and they're doing everything in their power to make sure you do. It would make you extra confident and cocky too. It would make you turn on your allies in a stupid way too. It would make you be condescending on every one of their exits too. Because you believe Big Brother and production will find a way to guarantee you win the game with them votes as well. See, that's what that's about. You feel me? I mean, see, for him to say, ask Brett to throw the veto to him, then throw Brett under the bus to Sam before nom ceremony, it was just stupid gameplay. you know, it's another lie that will lose him the game. You feel me? And this is where I coined a new nickname for him. He has reached his final form. Like if this is Dragon Ball Super, there's Tyler, there's Lifeguard Jesus. That's basically his Super Saiyan God form. And then you got Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, which is Lifeguard Friendship. Okay, that's him. That's his final form, okay? That's when he starts talking more shit. You will never defeat my vital form. That's him now. He's Lifeguard Friendship. He's crossed over completely. He is no longer that guy that y'all claim is this nice guy because he don't have to be fake no more to the other side, okay? And see, JC, that should be a wake-up call for you. You were thrown up on the block with Sam to be the back door. You feel me? So you know he values the 2 women over you now at this point. That was his HOH. So he fucked up with that too. If JC happens to win this HOH, JC ain't nominating Sam, my G. He ain't. He gonna nominate Tyler plus a girl. And if Tyler, if you want to win that veto, go ahead. It doesn't matter, okay? Because both of the girls will be up, okay? And then it's gonna be Sam and Tyler, okay? Sam, please do not buy the bullshit that Brett was against you, because that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried the production is going to convince Sam in this opportunistic moment to force a tie to allow JC to get rid of one of these girls. I have a theory that they are going to offer Sam some more medication. They're going to offer her something that'll make her have a change of heart and say, you know what? I ain't even that mad at these women because JC, he's been real close to Brett lately. And I feel like when Brett turned on me, he pulled JC closer. That's probably going to be her story to make sense out of the rigging. All right. We need to watch for that. All right. And cancel feeds, by the way, if I didn't say that already. I think I did. But yeah, I have a feeling that's what they're going to do with Sam. They're going to talk her into making it a 2-0 vote. I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's what they're going to do. Just to make sure Tyler doesn't go into the final 4 without his 2 henchmen. I think that's what's going to happen. And I think Tyler is probably going to win the veto. He's going to be forced to cut somebody. I don't think he cut Sam. If he cuts Sam in that moment, he loses another vote. You know? Like for real, especially after he just did her in this double. She'll really know that's bullshit. Then she'll go to the jury house. You don't want her going to the jury house, finding out the truth from Brett, comparing notes with Haley. Then the 3 of them are in a block against you specifically. And then you add those 3 to the 4 that's already in jury. Checkmate. What's that, a 7-2 vote? For Sam to win the game. Well, I mean, not Sam to win it. For anyone else but you, Tyler, to win the game. That's my point. All right? But idiot. And there's no guarantee JC will give you a vote to win the. Well, he probably will. He's a CBS guy. He'll probably give you a vote. Yeah. Because I think that's the only reason why he's that close to you in the first place. It's because he's a CBS employee at this point. It is what it is. And don't worry, I'm going to get into that Les Moonves shit. He can get the smoke too. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight, all right? Angela wins veto, and then her and Tyler come up with a speech about being a step ahead just to shit on Brett, who's supposed to be their friend. This once again proves that not only a pregame alliance exists, but that these aren't nice people. It's so unnecessary. I don't know who's dumber. Angela for winning the veto and agreeing to this stupid speech with Tyler, or Tyler for winning an HOH he didn't need and agreeing to that speech with Angela. These two are terrible at jury management. Tyler saying, "You're the best player in here, Brett," twice as he walks out the door is just as belittling and condescending as him telling Scotty he had the best social game in the house in the goodbye message. It's just condescending, bro. Like, it's unnecessary. You sent me home, bro. Just own your fucking game. Instead of being like, bro, you're too good to let stay. You know, like, what? How many counts have I won compared to Angela, my G? Now you're proving me correct that she is giving you head. All right, anyway, let's keep it going. Did y'all peep game? Oh, I already mentioned that. All right. But at the end of the day, though, did y'all peep game, though? Julie asked him if he was bitter. You know what I'm saying? That way production can prep Tyler for Brett's jury questions. I truly believe that was the sole purpose of asking that question. Brett played it smooth. He told her, "I'm not bitter." And even if he is bitter, that's what you need to say to these people, because you want to make sure that they don't overly analyze your questioning at the end of the game. Let these people ask the question they want. I never liked the fact that they gave them cue cards, because that makes me think someone gave them that question to ask. And a lot of these shows, they admit that they have to agree on questions, which is lame. Because it's like, oh, so you're trying to protect someone in this finale, huh? You don't want it to get real up in this mug. And I just think that's weak sauce, all right? And did y'all notice how, and trust me, she's not no Hive fan if she did this just to prep Tyler. All right, let's call a spade there. Now, but did y'all notice how she finally called herself Julie Chen Moonves at the end? I've never heard her say, I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Was this the first time y'all heard that shit? And did y'all notice how she said it at the end of the episode on purpose? That way, some people would have cut off the episode and didn't even notice. Some people would have been looking for a new thing to watch. Now, a lot of people wouldn't have paid attention to that. But I don't think she opened up the episode with that, I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But I don't remember her ever saying that previously in this season. But as soon as her husband steps down, now you're Julie Chen Moonves, huh? I don't know. Julie, I think you're making a huge mistake showing solidarity with this guy. I think you're making a huge mistake. I think she snuck that in because she probably thought most people cut off the episode, like I said. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to get into my final part because now we're up to date, but I want to get into the hot takes now, all right? And after these hot takes are done, we can get into questions. So please get your questions ready, ladies and gentlemen. And I truly appreciate y'all being in the chat this long, holding it down for me. Shout outs to the mighty mods. Y'all always are well appreciated. Why is I already mentioned it. I'm not going to do that. All right. I already mentioned that. Oh, dang, I was freestyling pretty early. Pay attention to these level rig fans trying to use reverse psychology on us all by implying production doesn't like KC because they gave her expired food. Did y'all peep that on Twitter? And there's other podcasts that are trying to apply this too. They must hate her. They gave her expired food. Yeah, they must really hate her. They gave her a pregame alliance with lifeguard Jesus. What the fuck are y'all talking about? This level of reverse psychology won't work on anyone that's educated past the 12th grade. Okay? Like, what is wrong with these people? Okay? Now, notice how all these people are trying to change the narrative like production didn't handpick Beast Mode Cowgirl in her pregame alliance to make it to the end now that the game is boring and predictable. They are reaching to give this season some credibility it has already lost weeks ago. But how is food more of an indicator to production's motivations than a pregame alliance? And why are so many people fighting so hard to defend KC now when they didn't care about her a month ago? Oh, that's the question that needs to be asked. And it's so funny because in the last rant, I went out of my way to recenter my perspective on why KC isn't a nice person. Why everyone was settling for her to win because they hated Angela and Tyler. But right on cue, KC, the idiot she is, the self-hate just had to ooze out, shows her true colors again by mentioning why Swaggy and Faisal might be bisexual. Why is she so fixated with emasculating the only two alpha males of the season? People were just growing to the notion of liking her because she'll be the best man at her brother's wedding, which I think is bullshit. But anyway, why does she feel the need to keep shitting on these two brothers when they aren't around to defend themselves? Imagine if the roles were flipped. Imagine if one of these brothers was in the game, Casey was gone, and they went out of their way to say, she's not gay, she's straight. I saw the way she was looking at me in the shower. People would crucify these people. Come on, man. You know it. But Casey gets defended here and there by people. A gay person can say whatever they want. That's basically what y'all telling me by defending this. And why does the LGBT community support a lesbian who uses bisexuality to slander somebody else's reputation? Oh, that's where y'all lose credibility. Let's call a spade there. She was saying stuff like, Swaggy walks flamboyant. Well, your best bud in pregame alliance, Tyler over there, lets JC touch his balls. Does that make him bisexual? What about Brett and Winston's show or bromance? Did that make them bisexual? Did that throw off your gaydar at all? See this? This is selective hate, okay? This ain't her keeping it real. Her gaydar should apply to everyone in the damn game, but only applies to the people who opposed her. That's where you know it's personal. And see, here's the thing. You can't be the one asking for equal rights for gay people and then call someone gay to shit on them. Like, you're the wrong spokesperson for this movement. Clearly, you're not good at this. But anyway, how does the only two alpha males in the game who had real showmances, not a fake one, how are they more gay than the guy who was staging a fake one? That is the $1 million question. That is the question. If any of y'all show up to finale night, interview them, I would love to ask that question to KC. And see, that's the thing. That's why they'll never invite me to a finale night. And this shit might get canceled, so there might not be another finale night in this month. Woo! Man. And see, here's another thing. What I find so funny about Angela being mad at Scotty's speech is that she's the one faking a showman's for personal gain, but then wants to act like her services can't be bought. Did y'all peep that? Scalding, scalding, scalding. DJ, say that one more time. Spin that shit back. All right, here we go. See, this is one of those. See, if I was a rap artist, if I was in a rap beef, oh, you know, my wordplay would be disgusting. Let me re-say this because this is disgusting. What I find so funny about Angela being mad at Scotty's speech is that she's the one faking a showman's for personal gain, but then wants to act like her services can't be bought. Y'all peep that? Ooh. Damn, it's a surgical autumn, baby. we getting her. It's a surgical summer. Don DeMarco. He brought it back. It sounds like BB21 is in huge jeopardy of not happening. Les Moonves got paid to step down, and Real Vegas for sure has confirmed that people are worried that there might not be another season on CBS. This is karma to me for not only the Me Too movement, but also how they've been treating Black people on their show since the beginning. Now they need support of the fans for a pick-me-up, but the fans feel like we aren't being listened to or taken seriously when things are going well. So why should any of us fight for y'all producers now that it's going wrong? See, when you need your fans to fight for you the most, the super fans are the only one that's gonna bring the heat. We the only ones that's gonna go to TMZ with clips. We the only ones recording the feeds for just 30 seconds just to post on Twitter to let people see stuff that ain't paying the $5.99. We're the ones keeping this show afloat, and you don't even give a fuck about the community that happens to be colored in it. Y'all cover up the N-word, ghetto complexion, but then be like, hashtag save BB. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Now you want to humble yourself, huh? How about you not rig a fucking season and you don't have to say save BB? How about that, coach? You feel a dig me? I mean, the audacity to fuck me over and then ask to borrow $5. That's basically Big Brother. I'm talking that real shit tonight, man. Damn, they go out of their way to pick recruits over us every fucking time. But see, them recruits don't give a fuck about the game while we do. So when their season is over, them recruits move on over to bigger and better things. The same way they use this season to climb their career of being known, being a fucking D celebrity, a F celebrity, pseudo celebrity, whichever term you want to use, they're using this game to climb the same way to go to something else. All right? It's the same philosophy. You keep peeping people that don't respect the integrity of the game because you know they're going to be entertaining, but you don't know if they're racist yet, huh? Come on, man. Y'all do psych tests and all this shit. You know where motherfuckers from, and you know if they have tendencies of being a little too racist. All right? Let's just call a spade a spade. All right? Now, so this is all karma for them taking for granted their hardcore fan base. Period. End of story. Now, let's take a deeper dive into Les Moonves. We going in. Turns out, Les Moonves was let go because he was blackmailed by an alleged harassment victim and tried to get her a job at CBS. Well played, lady. Well played. Isn't it ironic that a Black woman happened to be the one who broke the story when they've gone out of their way to make Black people look bad on Big Brother? Damn. I think that is Mother Nature balancing out the world right there. Let's let a Black woman break this story because y'all don't respect Black people. It's the ultimate clapback. It's the ultimate clapback. All right? It's ultimate. Isn't it our... Oh, I already mentioned it. My bum. Shout outs to Sister Jerica for not being scared and fighting back against Fager's threats on everything, sister. On everything. Shout outs to you, okay? On everything. Peace. You feel me? Shout outs to her. All right? How much of an idiot must this Fager guy be to send a text message like that? And what does this mean for Julie, who has stood by her man like a good company woman? The innocent don't take a plea nor step down. So where there's some smoke, there's probably some fire. And I'm on fire tonight, baby. Julie is bound to get her wake-up call soon like Serena Williams recently did at the US Open. Uh-oh, here comes the callback. I foreshadowed it. Red herring. Now it's time to unleash. Anyone notice how Serena's husband hasn't said shit to defend his wife since she lost? Anybody notice that? Anybody? There was tons of black women that was happy for this system. Oh, black men don't treat you well enough, girl. Go get you a king. He got money. Reddit. Even though Reddit is one of those websites that is full of a lot of racists. You feel it, dig me? Oh, he got it, girl. He got it, girl. You know, there was a lot of women defending this shit, coach. Let's just call a spade there, all right? Now, I was one of those people that saw the truth, okay? I saw Serena she was tired of being attacked. And at the end of the day, she probably thought, and I'm not trying to put words in her mouth, but sometimes when black people get attacked over and over again, they start to conform and they just want peace. And I think she thought getting with that white man would lead to her having some peace. But they hate you even more now, Serena. And that's the fucked up part. And this should be the lesson for everyone. But how does this link to Julie? How does this link to KC? Don't worry. Slow burn. You feel me, coach? I'm on my backwoods flow. All right, let's get it popping. Also, did y'all notice how Serena hasn't won a Grand Slam since she got with the white guy? Ooh. Uh-oh. And why did she cut off her black dad in exchange for being with the white man? You notice that? Her black dad, who trained her to get to this moment, he can't even come to the games. And did you notice also the lady she lost to, Naomi Osaka? She is Haitian Japanese. As soon as she won the US Open, they took the Haitian part out of it on the internet. Now she's just a Japanese woman, but you can look at her and tell she's a sister. Her dad, the Haitian man, he isn't allowed in to watch her play either. Despicable. Now, where am I getting to with this? Because the sports references, people are getting tired of it. I can feel you. I know. All right. Where am I going with this? All right. Isn't that just like how Julie cut off her Chinese dad for her white husband? Connect 4. Checkmate. Oh no, I'm gonna unleash my bankai. They're not ready, coach. They're not ready. See where I'm getting at? When women of color try to marry a white man to conform and cross over, it really works for them. It ain't working for Julie. It ain't working for Serena. All right. And in KC's case, y'all know where I'm getting at. They hid her. They purposely hid her mom, who's a person of color, from the entire edit to show her white dad. So in a way, it's the exact same thing. Now they're saying Julie might not come back to Big Brother. And here's my recommendation, right? If it ain't Arissa Cox hosting Big Brother US, let this shit cancel and die. Yeah, I said it. But Dave, you're great at these rants, bro. You really wanted to end like that? Shut your dumb ass up. Stand for something or fall for anything. All right? If y'all whitewash the host, bring in a Ross Matthews, a Marissa Jared Rigaker. Yeah, not Winokur, Rigaker. I came up with that today, by the way. Exclusive. Or Shannon Elizabeth. If it's one of those three, fuck out of here, bro. Let that shit die. Rigor mortis. Let the shit die. I ain't checking for that shit. You shouldn't be checking for that shit. If it ain't Julie Chen or Arissa Cox, I ain't checking for it. I ain't watching BB UK. I don't give a fuck about all these other hosts, okay? There's only 2 hosts I've ever gave a fuck about in my life of watching Big Brother. It's Julie Chen and it's Arissa Cox. And Julie is compromised. Arissa isn't. Bring her in, all right? Only then will y'all be able to show us that y'all ain't overly racist. I'm just being honest. Because I'm telling y'all, if y'all replace an Asian lady with a white woman when the season's cast is already whitewashed all the time, it'll show us everything we need to know to stop watching. Don't make the mistake. That will be the last straw. Don't do it. Even Julie's co-host on The Talk knew she was full of shit denying these allegations. She probably will never return to that show either because that show is about being in other people's business and gossiping. Remember when I talked about Wendy Williams? All of a sudden when her family, when her husband, when there's a scandal involving her, she don't want to talk that hot shit no more. Oh, no comment. See, you can't be the one talking all that hot grease, and then when it's about you, you can't jump in front of it. See, that shows that you are a two-faced human being, all right? It's amazing how much people can dish it out but can't take it. I personally think Julie owes it to herself and her fans to divorce this man. Otherwise, she will be in no different of a marriage as the one she grew up despising with her parents. Oh. Oh, this is deeper than what it appears to be on the surface, ladies and gentlemen. Real talk. Let's call a spade here. I've been right about most of my hot takes this season, and I'm 100% sure that Julie ain't a Hive fan. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can get into questions now. I know I done set y'all up. Y'all fired up now. I ain't even looking at my Twitter. My Twitter booming right now. I had to stay focused. All right. Now we can get into questions. I'm here. All right. I'm already here. You know I'm already here, coach. Okay, all right. Says that Julie is going to stay. All right, let's see if she keeps calling herself Julie Chin Moonves. Let's see how much longer people allow that shit to go down. You know, oh yeah, Julie knew he was cheating, but she liked her butter biscuits. That's my point. No one wants to stand for anything. But anyway, let's take questions. Rod asks, Dave, why wouldn't Level Rig or Tyler keep Haley to give someone else an opportunity to win the game besides Tyler? Haley would always be the bigger target, and even if she won HOH, they would sabotage. They couldn't keep Haley, bro. Haley would have beat all of them. I mean, that's why I called them stupid a week ago for not keeping Scotty, especially after that speech. They should have definitely kept Scotty. That man was dead to rights after that speech, you know? He was dead to rights, coach. I mean, hey, but they're idiots. All right, Julie can't take that smoke. You're right, Hunty. And I like how you put T in with the capital T in there. Yeah, they're probably gonna bring in a coon, person of color, if they do bring it. That's why it has to be Arissa Cox and no one at all. They can eat one. All right, real talk though. Like let's just call a spade a spade. All right. Ever since Serena got that new coach, she's been taking L's. I think it's her being with the white dude, man. I think she snapped as hard as she did against that girl because her marriage ain't going too well. All right. She had the little TV show making them look like, oh, everything's so perfect. That brother ain't got no soul. All right. That dude, look, you can't go from dating Drake. All right. You can't go from dating brothers like Drake. All right. Common, woke brothers like Common, and then fuck with a guy that just started a website. And all of a sudden he can get the V. Like, what are we doing here? All right, come on, man. And who's to say he didn't get you pregnant on purpose to ruin your career? People don't want to talk about that. Shut up, Dave. Okay, I'll shut up. I'll shut up. I'll shut up. Because let's be real. If Serena never gets pregnant, she beats the dog shit out of Osaka. Facts. I'm not trying to hear the excuses. All right, anyway. Yeah, I know she's recovering from a horrible pregnancy. I know. But that's my point. All right. Why were they in such a rush? I mean, let her dominate and be the greatest athlete of all time, then have kids. All right. What was the rush there? All right. I think there was a little bit of an interracial baby watch rush. I think that's what oh my God, interracial. Everyone wants a mixed kid these days, just to look cute. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Serena to dominate further. Okay. Because when you keep dominating, they can't remove you from the history books. They can't. That's what's really real. Now I'm answering questions again. Oh, and by the way, Serena, stop acting like he was treating you that way because you're a woman. He treats you that way because you're a black woman. You should have been saying that. And I feel like Julie, she doesn't say that either. You know, she makes it all about just women. No. If you deal with some problems, it's because you're a person of color too in that equation. But see, people don't want to go there because then you're a race baiter. And then when you're a race baiter, you lose sponsorships. You lose all this other stuff. That's how the game is set up. But now that Colin Kaepernick, now that people are supporting that brother, people need to be more fearless out here and speak their mind. And there's people trying to say Kaepernick's a sellout. I'm like, man, damn, you can't do shit. And people will like it in this fucking community. But anyway, the Hunty asked the question, do you think Brett should have not said anything to Tyler and just tried to win HOH and just backdoor someone from level 6? No. Because at the end of the day, he had to speak to him after he won that HOH. Oh, you're saying before he wins the HOH. Do you think Brett should have not said anything to Tyler? Just tried to win. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, my conspiracy theory is I think Tyler was given the answers in order. There was only 6 questions, right? He got all 6 right. Am I wrong on that? I think I'm right. All right. Marissa Jarrett Winokur, she did the same exact thing. At the end of the game, when she really needed to pull out a victory, she got every question right, but then at the end, she acted like she didn't know the last answer. Okay. Tyler, on the other hand, the score was way too close to risk that. And he didn't, and he knew Sam had 5, but he also knew Sam is close to Brett. And see, he didn't tell Sam the lie about Brett turning on her yet. He didn't want to risk it. That's why he had to win it in his mind, even though it still was a dumb play. You should have confidence that you can convince Sam to turn on Brett. But see, that once again shows Tyler is not that good at the game, okay? He's in a great position with a pregame alliance, but he's not somebody that you could throw into an all-star season and he'll do well. No, he will get destroyed because people know how much he's coddled in this season. They're going to look at him as the one that needs to go first. Because this is unprecedented levels of dick riding, period. End of discussion, all right? You feel me? Yeah, feel me? It was 7 questions. He got 1 wrong. Okay, all right. He got 1 wrong. I think that still could have been by design. I still think that could have been by design. I already answered the Hunties question, Ghost. We good, we good. Brett should have 1 veto, especially after you saw Tyler in HOH. I agree, but see, they purposely picked a veto comp that was just bizarre. You feel me? Bizarre. What kind of fucking comp? I didn't even understand the comp. They were explaining at the beginning. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Somebody got chalk? What? Huh? Evil Dick explained it as it's a make your own golf course or something. It just looked bizarre, man. And in theory, Brett should have been good at the comp, but in that moment, it's a lot of pressure on him, man. He had his chance to win some comps, and they screwed him out of them time comps because there's no way to prove he didn't do it faster, even though I can tell he did it faster. Strategy was just better from the start. Tempest Prime asked the question, do you think Brett should have went out with a lie? I think Brett definitely let us down with his final speech. He came off very beta male, very rattled. It's very sad because in that moment, he could have said something, okay? And I'm willing to bet you during the commercial break, Sam confronted him because in her speech, she was talking like, I love all of you, but she didn't mention Brett's name. You see what I'm saying? She mentioned everyone but Brett. So I think during the commercial break, she may have confronted him in some way, shape, or form and said, I can't believe you would turn on me like that, something, because Brett had that look on his face like he knew he was fucked. And he knew no speech he would have given would have sufficed, but I still would have preferred you going out with a bang. You're supposed to be the speech king, but this once again proves Faisal had the best speech. Ding! Now, without a doubt, you can say Faisal had the best speech because Faisal got shitted on. He still went out like a champ, all right? Scotty got shitted on, still went out like a beast, all right? So at the end of the day, Brett got shitted on by his own people and had none of that hot shit to say. So I got to ask the question, was he in on this bullshit too? I don't know, man. All I know is Brett disappointed a lot of people, man. And I agree with you 100%, Budgie. I agree with you 100%. He disrespected, not disrespected, he just let us all down, man. Darian Green asks, have you read or know about Brave New World by Aldous Huxley? I actually have read Brave New World. I had to read it for college. I know all about that. It's about how people are, I believe, divided into alphas and betas and stuff like that. It's basically about that, right? Like if it was a utopian world where people were divided and stuff. I know what you're talking. I know what you're getting onto. I've read that book. I know what you're talking about. All right, I'm just gonna put it that way. But that has nothing to do with gameplay, though. It's definitely a gender issue with tennis, though. I agree with that part. But she should have also mentioned, because she's a black woman, that they really got a problem with her doing that shit. See, if she would have doubled down on that, she would have been Kaepernick, baby. To me, she had an opportunity to do the same thing Brett had the opportunity to do. Really go in. And instead, she played it like, it's the Me Too movement. Let me play a feminist angle, and everyone will clap for me, even though I took this L. And I'm gonna act like I'm the bigger person now by making everyone stop booing this girl. And we all know if she would have made it a black thing, they would have been booing her and clapping the girl. So it was strategic marketing, as Joe Budden would say. Myron Williams asked the question, do you think production will allow Swaggy C to speak on finale night? I hope so, but I doubt it because there's a lot of smoke. And I guarantee you, and see, here's the thing. He was the second boot. I could see them giving Caitlyn tons of time. I could see them giving Winston tons of time, even Steve. But Swaggy, though, I don't know. You know they're going to give Rachel time. They're probably going to give Rachel the most time, the more I think about it. But mainly because she was on the CBS magazine. But see, that's the crazy thing. You got a girl on the CBS magazine. You got 3 people with a pregame alliance, and you got JC who used to work for CBS. That's just too much shit. That's a third of the cast that was compromised. And they all end up working together. But y'all want to say, I need proof of a pregame alliance. Shut your dumb ass up. All right? Let's call a spade out here, man. I'm telling y'all, man. All right. This was really disappointing. Hoping Brett didn't receive smoke from Sam. I think something happened. I think something happened. And I think after the whole Scotty aftermath, I think maybe they've been muzzled a bit. Call me crazy. I think they may have been muzzled a bit. Sims 3 Reality Central asked the question, do you think JC and Brett could have had a chance at Final 2 if they flipped? Absolutely. Earlier in the game. Absolutely. They would have had a chance at Final 2. But see, this is why I was telling y'all, Brett and JC, when Faisal won HOH, it was their chance to change the game. Instead, JC, being a good CBS small employee that he is, he comes up and says, hey, you need to get rid of Scotty. You got to get rid of Scotty. You know, it's all about Scotty. Scotty's the biggest threat to my game. Why is Scotty such a big threat to your game, JC? Like, grow a pair of fucking nuts and see that Tyler's the biggest threat to your damn game because he's the only one who knows your game. You see what I'm saying? It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to see all of this incompetence. You know what I mean? CM asked the question, Dave, what are your thoughts on the jury? My thoughts on the jury are simple. I think because of all of this interference that Julia's running, trying to get some type of head on where they're voting. I've never heard Julie say, do you know where you're gonna vote? And then she kind of walked it back. I don't know if she had a producer in here say, oh, that's a little too direct. But back that up a bit. I don't know what happened there, but she kind of like, it's like, never mind, don't answer that question. Like, it was real weird, man. It was real. Julie seems a little rattled this season with them interviews, and rightfully so. She should be rattled, but you shouldn't be saying, I'm Julie Chen Moonves if you're gonna be rattled. You need to be like, I'm Julie Chen. You feel it, dig me? You know? I mean, Gabrielle Union isn't going out of her way. I'm Gabrielle Union Wade. She ain't going out of her way to say that shit every 5 seconds, okay? Because her brand is Gabrielle Union. Your brand is Julie Chen. But the fact that you went out of your way to say Moonves, man, you were showing that you ain't no feminist like you claim to be, Julie, because you letting these girls be on their own when they need you because you're the most powerful person at CBS that's a woman. It's a shame. It's a shame. Alexander Benitez asked the question. Oh, a new listener, a new viewer. Shout outs to you, my good sir. Do you think Julie outed her husband taking over CBS, biggest blindside ever in real life Big Brother, especially because he cut her salary? Interesting. I think if Julie would have been the one to blindside her husband, I don't think she goes out of her way to call herself Julie Chen Moonves, but maybe that's her running her own social game, her own mist over the fan base by making it seem like she didn't turn on her husband, someone else did, and she's gonna pocket all that bread. I don't know, but I had no prior knowledge of her husband shorting her on her salary. That's interesting. Very interesting. Preston Frederick thinks that the whole jury is going to be inclined to vote for Tyler and be like he played the best game. Yeah, that's possible, especially when they didn't allow Tyler to throw Brett under the bus to Haley. You know, so they're covering him up in certain aspects, and they're letting Angela and Casey show their fangs in other aspects. It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre. Dang, I ain't know it wasn't balanced like that. Y'all could have told the kid. All right, bet. Yeah, that's better. All right, all right, son of Shango asked the question. And by the way, now that I know that Shango was the African god of thunder, I believe. That's a dope ass name, my brother. Hey Dave, if CBS wants to keep their targeted demographic, why do you think production casts pregame alliances? Because this pregame alliance will always stick around, and they will keep that targeted demographics. What's the word? They will keep their viewer retention rate very high. See, as a YouTuber, you look at your viewer retention rate. That's essentially the drop off where people start to stop watching your video. How long does the average person watch your video? My videos are usually about 2 hours. On average, people watch mine for about 40 minutes, you know? And if you're not a huge fan, you're gonna go before that because you ain't gonna be able to take all of this tea. Okay, at some point, you're gonna get butthurt because your fan fave is getting shitted on in more ways than one, in every direction. You feel it, dig me? But that's why they do pregame alliances, my brother. It's on purpose. That way, they know what story they can tell before the story even starts. That's the whole purpose of a pregame alliance, is to make it easier on the people who are in charge of the editing process. And that's why I think they did that on purpose, because the targeted demographic doesn't care about pregame alliances. They don't even notice this shit. Okay, it could be right in front of them and they can't tell. They couldn't tell Mike Boogie and Erica was way too fucking close for no reason, you know. So and to be fair, back in the day when I was a kid, I didn't really notice it and peep game on it. But after I watched the season out that I'm older, oh yeah, that shit was telegraphed to begin with. But yeah, so that's my. So yeah, Darian Green says I just stock dropped Julie. Lunar Star, shout outs to Queen Lunar Star 12. She asked the question, do you think Sam or JC will turn on Tyler now? I think JC will never turn on Tyler because he's a CBS employee. Now that that's been exposed, and I can't stress it enough, look at August 21st feeds, that Tuesday in the afternoon. I don't know when he said it. I think I liked it on Twitter, but I can't find it. Okay, so it could have been deleted. I don't know, but I specifically remember him saying, yeah, I remember being here like a couple of years ago. Like he was talking like he used to work for CBS, man. But I don't think JC turns on Tyler at all. I think Sam could turn on Tyler inadvertently if she were to win somehow a Final Four HOH. Now, all of a sudden, the veto, it's all about who wins the veto, and it's between the three of them who goes home. I could definitely see a scenario where by some fluke, Sam pulls it out, and she had, well, matter of fact, yeah, I could see no, it's had to be Final Five when Sam won HOH in order for her to inadvertently get out Tyler. That's the only way, because in a Final Five scenario, she could win HOH, not nominate JC, not nominate Tyler. Angela and Casey compete. One of them two win the veto. Tyler goes up instead of JC because JC's her friend. She's not doing it to JC, right? And now Tyler's on the block next to Angela. Who does Casey vote out? Is she dumb enough to vote out Angela in that situation? That's really the only thing we have to look forward to if that happens, because we know Angela is not voting out Tyler over at Casey. We know that. So what we have to hope for is that Casey comes to her senses, votes out Tyler, and says, hey, look, I think I can blitzkrieg the rest of these people. Me in the Final Four, all I got to do is win the veto, and I'm in the Final Three. And I think Casey should put her foot on the pedal there. So the only way Sam can get out Tyler, I think, is going to be inadvertently and on accident, because she isn't smart enough to look this far into the future. But I do think she is also dull enough to be predictable enough to nominate the two women, which is good if Tyler doesn't win the veto and takes one of them off, because then JC goes up, JC goes home on a Sam HOH. And that's what we have to be very careful about. You know, and they'll probably rig it so Tyler wins that just so that can happen, to save all three of them going into the Final Four. So that's my answer to that question. Rod asked the question, Dave, do you think Scotty will give Tyler the winning vote he needs to win Big Brother 20, even though Tyler's couldn't? I don't think it's going to be that close of a vote. I think it's going to be lopsided one way or the other. I think it's going to be lopsided one way or the other. It's not going to be up to Scotty. Zam Dresser 123, a new listener. I like seeing this, Coach. I like it. Asked the question. Oh snap! What just happened? All this stuff just moved up. Okay, there it is. There it is. Dang. If they have returning players next season, who do you think will return? If Tyler doesn't win this season, Tyler. If Tyler wins this season, probably Swaggy. Because they don't want to pick another black man. I think now that they finally got a black man that they can get like that make us want to root for. See, that's the thing. How many black men have they chosen in the past that we've really gone hard for? Swaggy is in an elite category, okay? And I think Big Brother is lazy with their casting process when it comes to black men. I think they're very lazy. And I think to a certain extent, black men are getting very discouraged and they're starting to give up on even trying out. And because of this, we have this conundrum now where no one shows up to these tryouts that are black men. And if they do, they're probably just gay black men. There's not many straight black men that show up to these things at this point, because the straight black men know that we're going to get thrown on the bus instantly just for being ourselves. You feel me? Instantly. And that's not me trying to shit on gay black men specifically. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, I've always been a preacher of the gay black man should be in the gay slot, and we should have a gay black man and a straight black man on the same season. Nothing's wrong with that. And I feel like sometimes gay black men take that as me saying they don't count as black. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying both of us deserve to make the same season. That's all I'm saying. And I don't count Josh as a straight black man. I think he's in the closet. If there's anybody where a gaydar goes off, it's that guy. But that's neither here nor there. That would be one. I have tried out. But it's to the point now where they're going to have to call me. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck with you. They need me more than I need them at this point. I'm going to just be honest with you. Their show needs a new look. I would provide that new look. I'm not going to chase you around to help your brand. You need to chase me to help mine. That's what's really real. Because at this point, I've been proven right while your brand is starting to descend into the abyss. And I was the guy saying it will descend into the abyss. And they were looking at me like, who do you know? You have 1,000 subs. Shut the fuck up. Now I almost got 2,000. And now they're looking at me a little different. Right? But at the end of the day, they will never pick me. But I will tell y'all this. I will audition if Big Brother 21 gets confirmed. I will audition. I'm not auditioning right now because it's in fucking limbo. But at the end of the day, I will audition if Big Brother 21 gets confirmed. I guarantee y'all that much. All right. Pat Wiley asked the question, would be interested if Angela won. Better than JC winning, I think, or Sam. Whoa, Pat Wiley. What? Huh? Hell no, that ain't better. I ain't even finna let that ride. Better than Sam winning? Look, man, at the end of the day, say whatever you want about Sam. We've had Jordan Lloyd win before. We've had Andy win before. We've had guys that didn't deserve to be at the end of the game winning. All right? So I ain't trying to hear that. We can't let Sam win. That brings down the integrity of the game. The integrity of the game is already fucked up with a pregame alliance. Let's stop acting like it can be saved or salvaged at this point. Okay? The game's fucked up. So how about we have a fucked up ending? Because with Josh winning and then Sam winning, oh man, that would make production look like a bunch of imbeciles. Y'all rig it so hard, and the two people y'all didn't want to win still won. Whatever. You know what I mean? But it's funny though, because at the beginning of the game, didn't I predict Sam will win this game? I think I did predict that. Call me crazy. I could have amended that a bit and said Tyler, Lifeguard Jesus has it. But I've always stressed I think Tyler and Sam are at the end. And when you look at it now, it could still be that. And Sam is still on my team. And Angela is still on my team. So I still have a high chance of winning this draft, by the way. I have a high chance. That's why I was hoping Brett won. If Brett won, if he would have won the HOH and survived this double, I truly believe at the end of the day, I would have been Gucci Louis Prada. I would have had 3 out of the 5 from my draft, and I would have probably won the game somehow. Because I think Tyler's going to get his ass whipped. When it comes to jury questions, now, if they muzzle some of these jury questions, they make them ask some broad, bland questions instead of getting down to the brass tacks. You feel me? Like I feel like if y'all was gonna take away Scotty's vote, y'all owed it to the black community to let Swaggy walk up and sequester in his place and let him and Bailey get cracking. You know what I mean? Y'all owe it to the black. No. Let me stop, man. I'm having a ball right now, y'all. But see, this is why I didn't want to guest on this episode, y'all. I had a lot to discuss. I wouldn't have been able to get into all of these takes. I'm just being honest, you know. But next Thursday we definitely can get some shit popping. Definitely. Jerome Lang or Lange. I don't want to pronounce that wrong. I want to say Lange, but it might be Lange. Dave, how do you explain Brett's lack for words against level 6 blindside at eviction speech? Do you think the production influenced him into saying nothing? Honestly, I think it's a mixture, like I said, of Scotty's speech last week, rubbing production the wrong way, the house guests knowing it rubbed production the wrong way, so they're cognizant of that part. On top of that, yes, I think the way they were putting this episode together and the way they allowed the goodbye messages to be used in unison to shit on Brett, it was an effort by everyone involved to get Brett out tonight. It was an effort by everyone involved. And my thing is, I think Brett may have saw that he was fighting a battle he couldn't win. I mean, and see, here's the thing. If he throws them under the bus, who does he throw them under the bus to? Sam? JC? These motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit with that information. So what's the point? I think that's what went through his head. That's my point. I'm not trying to say there's no point to doing it, because I would have gave him that smoke. I'm giving him that smoke right now. But yeah, that's my answer to that question, my good sir. All right, I'm gonna take 5 more questions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it popping. Not a question, but just wanted to say, let's move as is a rapist. I want my slaw. You funny as shit on the low. Allegedly. You feel me? As a member of the Resistance, what's the point of watching the rest of this rig season? Honestly, I'm only watching it for y'all. This 2K19 is out. I've been enjoying my time. I ain't gonna stunt with y'all. It's been great. I've been grinding them badges up. You know what I mean? So me watching this is strictly for y'all, man. I rock with y'all that hard that I'll sit through some shit that's torture. Like, it's really that simple. Because I know I can tell the story in a certain way that at least make it fun. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think you really get to see how talented people are when the game is boring, if they can make it an interesting product for you to listen to, as opposed to when the game is popping. It's easy to come up with shit when the game is popping. But when the game is boring, that's when you really get to see the real people in this field that's really got the hunger. That's when you see them come out. That's when you see them separate themselves from the pack. And I believe tonight I did nothing but that. So that's my answer to that question as well. But 4 more questions, ladies and gentlemen. And Andrea Hall asked the question. Shout out to Miss Andrea Hall. She's been on Twitter, definitely tweet me. Do you think they also have a pack to share all prize money equally? You know, that wouldn't shock me if they're so thirsty to go to the end together. You know, Brett threw out the idea to Tyler. He was like, you know, if me or you, and that was a huge mistake Brett made, honestly, of the week. And I think that's what one of those questions was about when he said Brett shouldn't have talked to Tyler. I think he was mainly saying he should have never told him that they should get out Angela because it will improve both of their chances of winning. But to be fair, if he's to believe he has a final 2 with Tyler, why wouldn't he say that to him? Especially if he thinks JC could be telling Tyler that. And JC was telling Tyler a lot of stuff about Brett because he didn't want to go up if Haley won the veto. So all of these things were in play, and he knew JC was snaking him. So he had to be up front somehow. And he was snaking JC. I mean, it was a 2-way street, but yeah, they could have some type of a you know, deal going on where they split it, but that's against the rules to say out loud during the feed. So that's why we'll never see them and mention it. But who knows? It could be. Kayla Fisher asked the question. 3 questions left. Do you think Angela will choose Casey over Tyler in the end? No. I basically broke it down, and I said that at the end of the day, we need Sam to win the Final 5 HOH because we need her to stay. We need her to nominate the 2 girls because she hates them. We need one of the girls to win the veto over Tyler. We need them to take themselves off, and we need it to be KC who wins the veto because KC is the only person who will vote with JC to get out Tyler. Well, damn. No, that was the Final 4 scenario, right? Yeah, that was the Final 4 scenario. The Final 5 scenario is basically all about if JC gets convinced by production to be a good CBS boy to force a 2-0 vote. You know what? We might be better off having JC as the HOH and letting Sam just be a wild card. Then the blood goes on JC's hands in the tie in the Final 5 to knock out one of the women. I would hope he would knock out Tyler, but knowing him, he will knock out one of the women, thinking Tyler will drag him. But then Tyler will just take the other girl or Sam over you, JC, and he'll hate you for taking out one of them, and that's what happens. But yeah, maybe it's best that JC wins the HOH. I'm not sure. But you definitely made me think with that question. I appreciate it. Ghost Hunter, my brother, asked the question, what do you plan to do after Big Brother is over? Can we get a weekly rant about life? Well, you know, man, in everyday life, man, I'm actually a very happy-go-lucky, I'm very respectful, humble human being. Like when it's rant time, you know, it's time to perform, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm in no way being fake in these videos. But at the same time, though, if I don't have no reason to be mad about life, I'm not gonna manufacture being mad about life. And I feel like if I were to agree to that, I would be basically looking for something to complain about every week in life. And I feel like you're not enjoying life if you're looking for tons of things to complain about in life. As soon as this season's over, I'm playing 2K19 and FIFA 19. Like, when I have most of my free time away from work, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a gamer. I like playing video games, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I like, you know, taking the ladies out and stuff like that or whatever. You know, who doesn't like a social life? But I'm a gamer at heart because the analytical side of my mind is allowed to be free when I'm playing a game. So that's my answer to that question. I can't really make no promises on that. Now, y'all might get another rant cast. You know, people have been telling me I need to watch Insecure and rant about that shit because it's real ratchet. I don't know. I might or might not. You know what I'm saying? But if you haven't, check out my Why 13 Reasons Why It Sucks. All right, because I think that's a classic. All right, it don't got that many views yet. I still think it's a classic. All right, 2 more questions left, ladies and gentlemen. BMG Sims, goddamn, he ran my questions. Hey man, I got that psychic vision, baby. The third eye is open, coach. I see you, BMG. Okay, Pat Wiley, he looks like an agent. I mean, he's talking about, are you too hard on production? Are you serious? Anyway. I'm trying to answer questions from different people. All right. If they split the money, are they going to split the taxes? It's facts though. Facts though. Because only one person got to pay them taxes. What season is better, 19 or 20? Looking back now. That's a great question, Miles Cage. 20 is still better. It is still better. I am never going to say a season where blackface occurred is the better season. You're not going to get that out of my mouth. I'll never say the season where a guy who's clearly black, who does cosplay, trying to be other people, is all of a sudden, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. You know, I'm never going to call this. I'm not going to call a season where a guy buffooned his way to the final 2 and won somehow. I'm never going to say that's the best season, better season. It's not going to happen. But I am glad people are finally starting to see the season's trash. You know, a few weeks ago, matter of fact, a month ago, people were telling me, man, this season's legendary, B. This top 5, B. If you don't get your Chris Rock looking ass up, this was never top 5, man. It was entertaining. The shock value was crispy. You feel me? The Caitlyn payoff was amazing. But after that, what payoff did we get? Not a single one. And that's just the truth. And even the Caitlyn payoff was based off Caitlyn's stupidity. If she would have stayed loyal to her people, probably this pregame alliance fails. Probably. But see, maybe Caitlyn was in on the fucking pregame. See, you gotta ask these questions now. You feel me? Like, because her actions didn't make sense looking back on it. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take one more question. I'm gonna try to look for the best question possible. You feel it? Dig me. BB19 managed to be worse than BB15. I don't even know how that happened. Hello, you funny. Everyone in BB19 is outright trash. Andrew, hey, he compromised. I ain't even gonna go no further on do that. You feel me? I ain't gonna say no more, coach. I got it all. Okay, Ghost Hunter comes through clutch with the final question of the night. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Dave, do you think Sam and JC will be onto Tyler's BS now? And if so, are you looking forward to JC's whining on Sunday's episode about being betrayed? Why would JC be whining on Sunday's episode about being betrayed? Because he got nominated? It was the backdoor Brett. JC's going to buy that bullshit, and production's going to double down on it. You were never going to go home, JC. Trust us. We're one of you. Trust me. Tyler has your back. They're going to reassure him he's going to be back up Tyler's anus. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right? Don't worry. And another question I'll answer, because this is actually another good question. Dave, what are some other competitive shows to watch from Rod? I'm trying to think. In my opinion, I think Survivor is the most balanced show to watch because there's so many different survivors, and at their core, it's the same gameplay being played. Now in Australia, they got this mateship stuff where they're a little bit too loyal here and there, and they're a little bit hypocritical, but every season of Survivor is filled with a few hypocrites. So in my opinion, I would just say Survivor, bro. Survivor. Now the challenge is cracking. The challenge Final Reckoning is cracking. Now, they rigged shit for Davon and Jose to stay that one time, but they got eliminated anyway. And then they get eliminated, and then all of a sudden they get a special power. It's like, they rigging shit hard for them to over that way. I know y'all peeping game on what I'm peeping game on. MTV know where they asset is, and I know there's a lot of challenge people that can't stand that shit, but gotta shut the fuck up. It's a new era, like Johnny Banana said. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been rant number 28 of Big Brother 20, Level 4 Civil War. If you could, Please like, share, and subscribe. And on the right side of my channel's page, might be this side, click on that bell so you could be here with the most lit live chat in Big Brother 20 history, bar none. My name is Dave Smith. This is Recency Bias Radio, where no one's safe from criticism. Y'all have a safe weekend, and I'm out. On to this 2K, my G. Deuces.